The novel To Kill a Mockingbird is known to have strong characterization. One of its most praised characters is Atticus Finch, a highly respected lawyer and the father of Scout and Jem. Atticus is in his 50s, wears glasses, and is tall with gray and black hair. The name Atticus is often seen related to something wise, such as the philosopher Titus Atticus. What makes Atticus so memorable is his strong belief in justice. He is compassionate and forgiving, courageous, and is a good father. His philosophical and gentle nature continues to warm readers' hearts. Atticus is a man of conscience who strongly believes in justice. When he is appointed to Tom Robinson's case, an African-American man accused of raping a young white girl, he works diligently to give Tom the strongest defense he can because he believes that Tom Robinson is innocent. He does so knowing that he will most likely not win since prejudice is common in Macomb, Alabama. He does not let this hinder him from trying his best and doing what he thinks is right. It is clear that Atticus believes that the justice system should turn a blind eye to skin color, so that everyone is treated fairly. Atticus is very compassionate, which allows him to sympathize and forgive readily. Furthermore, he tries to instill these traits into his children. They'll get along a lot better with all kinds of folks. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. Atticus not only explains to his children what empathy is, but he also sets examples for them to follow. When Bob Ewell spits in Atticus's face and threatens him, he calmly takes it. Atticus tells Jem to stand in Bob Ewell's shoes for a minute to understand him and his actions better. I destroyed his last shred of credibility at that trial. The man had to have some kind of comeback. So spitting in my face and threatening me saved Mayella Ewell one extra beating. That's something I'll gladly take. He had to take it out on somebody, and I'd rather it be me than that house full of children out there. Atticus is more than happy to help Bob Ewell reconcile by being spat on, if it meant protecting the Ewell children from their father. He understands that compassion is based on sympathy and being able to put yourself in other people's shoes and having the ability to understand why they act the way they do, even if you don't agree with it. Atticus has a tremendous amount of moral and physical courage. Atticus prepares to defend a black man knowing that it will harm his reputation and encourage ridicule. He puts himself against the prejudice in Macomb County and exposes himself to difficult times. He chooses to face these hardships because he wants to see real social justice in his community. This testifies his moral courage, which is shown repeatedly throughout the book. Furthermore, he shows physical courage when he stands unarmed in front of the Link mob to protect Tom Robinson. With courage, he risks his own life while honoring his moral principles. In his lifetime, Atticus has gained much knowledge about proper human behavior and continuously instills his good values and morals into his children. He is kind but fair and stern. He treats them like adults and with respect. He makes sure to answer all their questions honestly. He uses these opportunities to share his morals and values with Scout and Jem. When Atticus takes the case of Tom Robinson, the inhabitants of Macomb County start talking. Scout and Jem eventually hear about this and ask Atticus about it. They're entitled to think that. They're entitled to full respect for their opinions. But before I could live with other folks, I've got to live with myself. The one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. Atticus explains to his children that one must live with what he chooses before he can please everyone else. Atticus knows that Tom Robinson will not get a free trial because he is black. But because Atticus believes Tom to be innocent, he works his hardest to fight for justice, regardless of what people say. Furthermore, Atticus's concern for fairness as a lawyer often is seen with his children. As Scout tells Uncle Jack, when Jem and I fuss, Atticus doesn't ever just listen to Jem's side of it. He hears mine too. This shows that Atticus has the patience to hear both sides of the story. He realizes that they are children and that they will make childish mistakes and assumptions, but is still willing to understand them. Atticus is often seen as the moral backbone of the story because one of his main roles is to be a teacher to Scout and Jem. He teaches them values and morals they need for life and tries to shape them into mature young adults. He not only reveals these lessons through words, but by his actions as well. In this way, Atticus becomes the epitome of what the novel teaches. His triumph can be seen when Scout says, "I thought Jem and I would get grown, but there wasn't much else for us to learn, except possibly algebra." This shows that since Atticus has succeeded in teaching them major life lessons, Scout understands that knowledge which can be learned from school, such as algebra, is important, but not in the same way as lessons that can be implemented in every facet of life. Atticus's influence on the other characters is very heavy. Notably, he makes the jury think about their verdict for a full hour in representing Tom Robinson fairly. In this way, Atticus is the conscience of the novel. He is the voice of reason that makes Scout and Jem think. He is the one they fear if they know they have been immoral.